Habertürk'ten herkese merhabalar. Ben İrem Kuşoğlu Görgü. OECD Yükselen Pazarlar Forumu bu yıl OECD İstanbul Merkezi'nde gerçekleşti. Üst düzey diplomatlardan bakanlara pek çok ismin katıldığı ve açılış konuşmalarını Ticaret Bakanı Ömer Bolat'la OECD Genel Sekreteri Matthias Cormann'ın gerçekleştirdiği etkinlikte Ulaştırma ve Altyapı Uraloğlu da konuşma gerçekleştirdi. OECD ve Türkiye arasında mutabakat zaptının da imzalandığı etkinlikte Hazine ve Maliye Bakanı Mehmet Şimşek'le TCM Başkanı Karahan, OECD Türkiye Ekonomik Raporu Araştırması lansmanında yer aldı. İstanbul Merkezi'nde gerçekleşen bu etkinlikte çok önemli bir konuğum da var. OECD Küresel İlişkiler Direktörü Andreas Schaal ile birlikte küresel ekonomide yaşanan gelişmeler ışığında OECD ve Türkiye ile işbirliğini konuşacağız. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Such a pleasure being with you and Habertürk'e and being with you, Irem,
Thank you.
In this interview.
So I would like to start with my first question. So, aftermath of the pandemics, how does the OECD support the resilience of global supply chains, and what policies could help mitigate similar shocks in the future?
One of the reasons why we are doing this emerging market forum here in Istanbul is because we want to support this supply chains on a global scale, and you can support the global supply chains by improving connectivity, by tackling the infrastructure gap. We are missing $6.9 trillion in investment in sustainable infrastructure, so this is part of the conversation we have today. Connectivity also means that we need to have more economic corridors, such as the middle corridor, to improve the resilience. And also we have additional questions to deal with, such as the resilience of global supply chains in critical minerals, for example, which are key for the green and digital transition.
And I also would like to ask you about the investment. Investment has been a key driver of global economic growth, but recent geopolitical tensions and economic uncertainties have impacted investor confidence worldwide. And how does the OECD assess the current global investment climate, and what policy recommendations can help boost global investment?
Global investment has been, besides trade, the driver of economic growth in many countries, in advanced, emerging, and developing countries. And we advise countries, our members and our partners, to have open investment systems, to have strong institutions guiding investments in their country, to have one-stop agencies, to have also a really easy bureaucratic procedure. We advise in some cases for deregulation of investment procedures to facilitate investment, because if we want to move forward with the global growth agenda, investment is one of the key drivers of growth.
And lastly, of course, I would like to ask you about Turkey and the middle corridor. Turkey is a key player in global supply chains, given its strategic location at the intersection of Europe, Asia, and Middle East. What is your perspective on Trans-Caspian international transport routes, which is also known as the middle corridor? And how do you assess its potential benefits for Turkey, Europe, and, of course, global economy?
As I said before, we strongly believe in building these such corridors, and we're supporting them because this includes both global trade, but it also includes regional trade. And our experience here in the region is that further trade integration with neighboring countries can further advance economic benefits, and can also further advance the benefits for the people in the region. And let me give you just one example. For example, in the field of trade facilitation, what you can do in order to reduce the transaction costs at the border. Our analysis shows that we have reduced trade costs by 4.5% between 2017 and 2023. And this is something where the middle corridor, initiatives like the middle corridor, can also help us to think not only about transport connectivity, but also about trade connectivity and about people-to-people connectivity, so facilitate also the movement of people.
Thank you so much once again for joining us and answering the questions.
My pleasure, really.